Hello, in this lesson we are talking about the verb can, that is a modal verb. The modal can is commonly used as the common verb in English. It is used to express ability, opportunity, for example, a request or to grant permission, or to show possibility or impossibility, and this always followed by the verb without to. Both in the sense of, for example, of be able to do something, for example, like they can sing, or either in the sense of asking, having permission. Can we play football? Here are some example of can. We can play the piano. That means ability. We can visit my sister when we are in Brighton. That is an opportunity. You cannot use my car, that is permission. Can I borrow your pen? That is a request. You can learn Japanese at the school, that is a possibility. Here in the link, you can read more things about modal verb and how to use the modal verb. Can be used in present, past, and future. Like most modal verbs, can is very different in the past or in the future. Here, for example, in this example, we can see how it is used in different situations. Could have to talk about the past. Your exam grade is not great, but it could be worse. Your exam grade was not great, but it could have been worse. It was a beautiful day. We could have gone to the beach. In example 2 and 3, something could have happened, but did not happen. When we talk about ability, in the present, we can say, I can play the piano. In the past, I could play the piano as a child, or I couldn't play the violin as a child. In the future, I will be able to play the piano soon. I won't be able to play the violin. When referring to ability, andata troppo bene. In this lesson, we are talking about the verb can, that is a modal verb. The verb can is commonly used as modal verb in English. It is used to express ability, opportunity, request, to grant permission, to show possibility or impossibility, and it is always followed by a verb without to. For example, we have two examples in the sense of be able to do something, they can sing, or either in the sense of asking permission. Can we play football? Here are some more examples of can. For example, he can play the piano, that means ability. We can visit my sister when we are in Brighton, that means opportunity. You can use my car, that is permission. Can I borrow your pen? That is a request. And then you can learn Japanese at the school. That is a possibility. Here below in the link, you can see other different modal verbs and how you can use them. Can is different in the present, past, and future, and like most modal verb, can is different as I said before. And here is how can be used in different situations. There is an example. For example, your exam grade is not great, but it could be worse. Your exam grade was not great, but it could have been worse. Then it was a beautiful day. We could have gone to the beach. As you can see in the example 2 or 3, something could have happened, but it did not happen. When can means ability. In the present, for example, we can say, I can play the piano, or I can play. In the past, the use of could, I could play the piano as a child, or I couldn't play the violin. In the future, I will be able to play the piano soon, or I won't be able to play the violin is negative. When referring to ability during a specific event, was able to replace a could. For example, with my friend's help, we were able to clear the garage in no time at all. When can means opportunity. In the present, we can use I am free now, we can go, or we can't go. In the past, we have to use we be able to. I was free, so we were able to go, or we weren't unable to go. In future, I will be free then, so we can go, or I won't be free then, so we can go. When I have request, can I have a coffee? Or can't I have a coffee? In the present, with the request, the time is usually near the food. May or could are also possible. Here are an example of a polite question with informal, formal, and very formal way. So we have different modal verb and different example. Can I go to the park, or could I leave early today? May I take this newspaper? And very formal, I borrow some money. Might is very formal, and so is not so used in English. Then can be used to indicate possibility. In the present, for example, we have an example: you can earn a lot of money in gaming, or you can't earn a lot of money as a teacher. And then possibility with can is normally used for generalization. Could, in this case, can be used. Then we have permission. In the present, we can say, I can stay at Dennis when he's out of town, and the same for the negative. In the past, I was allowed to stay at Dennis' house when he was out of the town, or I wasn't allowed. In the future, we can say, I can stay at Dennis' house when he's out of town next month. With permission, remember, may can be used, or even if it's more formal. We can see that can remain the same for the third person of singular and or for the plural form. So can remain in the same person in the same way. Remember, the verb can never add the s at the third singular person, and is never accompanied by auxiliary do and does, because can work if were an auxiliary verb, and it never add ing to form the present continuous. Then we have the short answer, affirmative form and negative form. We can use an a can't with the verb of perception, such as see, smell, hear, to indicate that you are able or not to perform a certain action. For example, there is too much noise and I can't hear you. In can, at past simple conditional, as I told you before, becomes could. I could speak English, or could you open the window, please? For possibly ability permission, we use could, couldn't at the past. And for example, I can come to the restaurant tomorrow evening. I couldn't do my homework last night. Another example, before she came to Canada, Sophie couldn't speak English. Now she can speak it very well. Thank you for the attention.